This is bad. This is very, very bad.
Caitlin Clark is clearly a catalyst for a business that was, and let's be honest, Caitlin to some degree financially saved the WNBA. It was hemorrhaging money.
You just heard the core belief that has driven the media frenzy for the last year, that Caitlin Clark is the catalyst, the financial engine that saved the WNBA, and because of that, her every move is scrutinized, analyzed, and often completely misinterpreted. For the last few weeks, you've been told her big off-season move was a shocking pivot to golf, a fun, quirky story about a basketball star hitting the links. But what if I told you that entire narrative was a smokescreen, a calculated distraction to keep you from seeing the real story, the one with billion-dollar consequences? Because while the media was chasing golf balls, they completely missed the real headline. Caitlin Clark just shut down the WNBA's newest league by reportedly rejecting a seven-figure offer to be its face. This wasn't a casual decision, it was a power move, and it was the first official shot fired in a new high-stakes war for the future of the WNBA offseason. Today, we are filtering out the noise. We're going to connect the dots between her injury-plagued season, a secret seven-figure offer, and the real reason she said no. This is the story the other channels missed. We live for this kind of deep dive analysis. So if you believe the story behind, the story is what really matters. Do us a solid and hit that like button right now. It's a huge signal that you want more investigations that expose the narratives the league would rather keep hidden. All right, let's get into it. To understand the story they didn't want you to see, you first have to understand the one they did want you to see. The distraction. The entire thing was built on a single, off-the-cuff comment Caitlin Clark made at the end of the season. Listen closely.
When they said on the broadcast tonight that you were not going to play overseas, you were going to take some time, can you just tell us a little bit more about that?
I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do the next day. So maybe play some golf. I think that's what I'm going to do until it gets too cold in Indiana. So I got that. I'll become a professional golfer.
Not too much, babe.
Yeah.
Just wait, keep it back.
Maybe play some golf? That's it. That was the seed. From that one casual, joking comment, an entire media narrative was born. Suddenly, it wasn't just a hobby. It was a calculated move to maintain attention. It was redefining what it means to be a modern athlete. It was a game changer for women's sports. And let's be clear, for a narrative analyst, this is a massive red flag. When the media machine spins this hard on a story this flimsy, it's not because they're bad at their jobs, it's because they are trying to get you to look over here, so you don't see what's happening over there. The golf story was perfect. It was fun, positive, and completely uncontroversial. It was the perfect smokescreen for the real war that was brewing just beneath the surface. So, what was the real story? What was happening behind the curtain while everyone was watching a glorified practice round of golf? The answer is a bombshell that has the potential to reshape the entire landscape of professional women's basketball. While the golf narrative was spinning up, multiple credible reports began to surface from major outlets like The Athletic and CBS Sports. They all said the same thing. Caitlin Clark will not be participating in Unrivaled, the new, highly publicized 3-on-3 off-season league. This is the story, not golf. A brand new league, launched by current WNBA stars, designed to give players a domestic off-season option and a bigger piece of the revenue pie, was about to launch. And its biggest possible star, the one player who could guarantee its success from day one, officially walked away before it even started. This is a huge moment, so let's pause right here. What's your initial take? Is a new off-season league a brilliant move for player empowerment, or is it a disaster waiting to happen for player health? Let me know your gut reaction in the comments below. Now, for the narrative analysts watching, you know this decision wasn't made in a vacuum, and this is where we have to connect the dots to the money. Because Clark didn't just decline an invitation. According to reports from Front Office Sports and The Athletic, she turned down a massive seven-figure offer to play. The reporting even suggests there were discussions about giving her equity in the new league. Let that sink in. The most popular, most marketable player in the sport was offered a multi-million-dollar deal and a piece of ownership to become the face of a new venture, and she said no. This is the move that changes everything. It elevates the conversation from a simple off-season choice to a high-stakes, strategic decision. It's a move that sent shockwaves through the league and forced everyone to ask the one question that truly matters. Why? Why would she walk away from that kind of money? The answer reveals her true priorities, and it tells us everything we need to know about the war that is coming. The answer to why she would turn down a seven-figure payday isn't just one thing. It's a two-part strategy that reveals everything about her long-term vision. The first reason is the most important one: survival. Let's be brutally honest. While Caitlin Clark's rookie season was a massive success for the league, it was physically punishing for her. The media rightfully focused on the records and the sold-out arenas, but they glossed over the physical toll. According to reports, Clark's season was significantly impacted by lower body injuries that limited her game appearances. She was the target of aggressive defensive schemes every single night, and the wear and tear was undeniable. Her own coach, Stephanie White, made the organization's position crystal clear in an exit interview that was relayed by Sports Illustrated. And for any narrative analyst trying to understand this situation, this quote is the Rosetta Stone. The coach said, quote, "Top priority is making sure she's healthy. She's going to have to play 5-on-5 at some point this offseason. It's been a long time." Let's break that down. Our top priority is making sure she's healthy. That is a direct mandate from the Indiana Fever. It's not a suggestion. It's the entire foundation of their off-season plan. They are protecting their most valuable asset. Then, the second part. She's going to have to play 5-on-5 at some point. It's been a long time. This is the detail that exposes why Unrivaled was never a real option. Her coaching staff isn't focused on a 3-on-3 side hustle. They are focused on getting her back into a full-court, 5-on-5 rhythm with her team. That last line, "It's been a long time," is a quiet admission of just how much the injuries have disrupted her core development as a player. So when you connect these dots, the picture becomes perfectly clear. This wasn't a choice between Unrivaled and a vacation. It was a choice between a high-intensity, physically demanding new league and a carefully managed, rehab-focused plan designed by her team to ensure her long-term health. Seen through that lens, turning down the money wasn't just a business decision. It was the only decision a franchise player could make. But that's only half the story. But protecting her health was just the defensive move. The other half of this strategy is all offense, and it reveals her true ambition. So if she's not playing an Unrivaled, what is her competitive focus? The answer sends a clear message to the entire basketball world. According to multiple reports, Clark's offseason plan is designed to ramp her back up for a top priority return to competition with USA Basketball in early 2026. This isn't just a player choosing rest. This is a player choosing her country. She is putting on the red, white, and blue, and the chance to build her international legacy above a domestic business venture. It's a classic superstar move, prioritizing the biggest stage and the most meaningful games over a quick paycheck. And this is where her personal decision ignites a league-wide war. By saying no to Unrivaled, Caitlin Clark, whether she intended to or not, has dealt a devastating blow to the new league. She was their ultimate prize, the one player whose presence would have guaranteed media rights deals, sponsorships, and fan interest. Without her, the entire venture is on shakier ground. But the consequences are even bigger than that. Her rejection creates a powerful precedent. It sends an unspoken message to every other player in the WNBA. You don't have to do this. You can choose rest. You can choose the national team. You can protect your body. She has single-handedly drawn the battle lines for the future of the offseason, forcing a confrontation between the relentless demand for more content and the critical need for player health and recovery. When you filter out all the noise from the golf course, the real story becomes undeniable. The media was selling you a fairy tale about a fun hobby. The reality is that Caitlin Clark executed a cold, calculated power play. She rejected a seven-figure offer not out of arrogance, but as part of a brilliant long-term strategy to protect her physical health and build her international legacy. In doing so, she hasn't just shaped her own future, she has asserted her power and defined the most important conflict in the WNBA today. So, what's your take on this power play? We want to know your final verdict. Was this a smart career move to protect her future, or was it a betrayal of the player-owned league movement? Drop your detailed opinion in the comment section below. We are going to be tracking the fallout from this decision and what it means for the future of Unrivaled all offseason. This story is just getting started. Make sure you are subscribed with notifications on so you don't miss the next chapter. And finally, if you have a friend who is tired of the media smokescreens and wants the real story, share this video with them. Every narrative analyst deserves to be in on the real conversation.